Let's cover some games really quick. Let's go schedule. League. San Francisco and New York. Boy, that was a good one. Mr. Zoe comes away with a 27-24 victory against Bill. I heard that this was a good game. Zoe had a good game FPR-wise. He and I did not have a good game in week number 1. Sort of had a little back and forth, though, but I feel like we landed at a good spot. He improved that FPR. Jay Bowles comes away with a 47-33 victory against my guy, Lost Sniper. Buffalo falls to Trey and these Chargers 35-31. A big-time game for Trey. I can't spit words out of my mouth. I am bad AI. Anyway, Joker constantly puts up 30 to 45 points every game. It's the defense that's letting him down. You just finished watching my Saints beat the undefeated Detroit Lions and Mr. Tim 27-22. Twinkie with a big time victory over Byron 34-31 as those Eagles are trying to find some momentum. I asked about this game because they were the first game to play on the new sliders, but Bird comes away with a 36-21 victory against Nicesonger, who both of these guys were playing pretty tired after a long day at work. Mr. Colin with a 42-40 victory over Priest. Priest putting up tons of points, but also struggling on the defense. You can also see they had some DC issues over there. Let me turn that down a little bit. Mr. Kevin, 36-35 against Cincyberg. I heard Cincyberg went for 2, missed it. Kevin comes away with the win. Cincyberg posted. He went for 2 in both of his games, missed both of them, lost both of them. Sometimes you just take your points and get into overtime. Nipples gets a 35-9 win over the CPU. I know this because our guy, Luca, is on a sex cruise. Not really, just on a regular cruise, but we like to have that inside joke here. Randy with a 27-17 victory against the Steelers. Who's the Steelers? Somebody remind me. Who's the Steelers? Oh, it was an OT. Oh, yeah, you got to take the points. Who's the Steelers? Somebody remind me. It's going to come to me later. Oh, no, I don't know who the Steelers is. Pepper. That's right. He changed his name. Pepper. That's right. Meek falls to Fly 24-21. I'm hearing we still have major FPR issues. I actually need to ask Meek how that game was. I'm going to send a message right now because I will forget. Oh, what up, Little Koch? I don't know if Little Koch you're watching or not, but I see the DM. I'll get to it here in just a minute. So anyway, we're working with Fly. It's a work in progress. We'll get there, hopefully. Cleveland and Little Koch putting up 51 against Big Hurt. I know that hurt. Big Hurt sold 51-38. The Rams with a big victory over Maniac 35-10. That one boiled over. Took away most of my day today to deal with. Mr. Jets, which is James, our buddy Randy's brother, 44-33 over Massimo. And then finally, D. Wayne with a 38-23 victory over Denbrew. Wayne continues to flex those muscles here in the OMFL and show that he is the champion, the top dog here. Looking at some standings really quick. We're early. No, I don't. We're early in the OMFL this season. Let's look at the AFC North. Ravens 4-0, Browns 3-1, Bengals 0-4. That's a shocking number to see there, but Browns and Ravens playing really good football. AFC South, Randy's got the lead or tied for the league with Big Hurt 22-2. I almost said 22 because I can't read. Byron at 0-4, Roger at 0-3. AFC East being owned by Mr. James 4-0. Bills at 2-2. Patriots, this one hurts my heart. Expected him to turn some things around this season, sitting at 1-3. And Massimo, shockingly, sitting at 0-4. AFC West, Trey leading that one 3-1. Jay Bowles trying to keep pace at 2-2. Jay Glaze at 1-2. And our boy Shocks is out on a cruise. His team is already sitting at 0-4 with the CPU. Looking at the NFC North, Trey got that lead 3-1. Vikings and Nicehunger at 2-2. Colin at 1-3, not something I expected to see. Priest and the Packers fighting hard, but he is sitting at 0-4. Our NFC South here, the Buccaneers. Finally, Kevin has turned the corner. Probably the only time you're going to see Kevin happy here in the OMFL, sitting at 4-0. Bird and his Panthers sitting at 3-1. Cincyberg at 2-2. The past NFC South fighter for this division, almost won it last year. And then my poor Saints sitting at 1-3. NFC East, the Cowboys at 4-0, the Giants at 3-1. Did I say Trey? I do it all the time. I'm sorry, Tim. It's just stuck in my head sometimes. He was there for so long, and you guys got T names and 3-letter names, and it messes with my poor little brain. Bill and the Giants at 3-1, Fly and the Commanders at 2-2, Twinkie and his Eagles at 2-2, and finally the NFC West. Rams at 3-1 with D Money, Meek at 3-1 with the Seahawks, Maniac at 2-2 with the Cardinals, and the 49ers. Oh, Argazzo sitting at 2-2. I know, I get it. I see it. You guys are reminding me. It's Tim, not Trey. It's glued in there, y'all. You got to be nice to me. Yeah, and that's where we're sitting with some of those. All right, let's go answer some mailbag. There's lots of mailbag questions. Okay, Twinkie says, would you rather have a great offense or great defense? Oh, sorry, great offense and good defense, or good offense and great defense? That's a really good question. I think the real question should be, would you like to have a below average offense and above average defense, or vice versa? I'm always going to take defense over offense, though. I just think if you play really, really good defense, if you're good offensively or even average offensively, you're going to win more games than you lose. Now, if we're talking good and bad, like good offense, bad defense, good defense, bad offense, then give me good offense, bad defense, because I'm just going to try to outscore the other guy and hope that he makes a turnover or something like that. It's a really good question in the chat. Let me know what you would do. Would you like to have a great offense and good defense, or good offense, great defense? I'm taking good offense, great defense, which is what I feel like I am most of the time. Our buddy Nicehunger says, when picking safeties other than speed, what attributes do you look at? Now, it depends. For me, Nicehunger, since that's where the question is range for, I'm probably looking for change of direction. That's going to be a big one. And strength. Can I get past blocks? Can I go make plays in the backfield? Now, if I am using one of the other positions and I'm trying to pick a good safety that can play, then I'm looking change of direction, and I'm probably looking pass breakup, hit strength, hit power is what I'm looking for, because I want the guys that can go make plays at safety, get the big time hit. I feel like when you're using it, it mainly reflects on your timing and can you get that. Also with linebacker, do you think it's more important to have pursuit or play rec? I think it's a really good position. If you're using, then I want pursuit. I want the ability. I want change of direction, really. Now, if I'm not using, like I don't user a lot of linebackers, I'm looking play rec. I want them to know the play, go make a play, make something happen. I think change of direction is the underrated value in this league. If you can have a guy that can quickly change direction and move, that's going to play long term to be a really good player. Tim says, any surprise teams catch your eye so far this season? I mean, listen, you got to talk about Kevin. I don't know personally if I would call him a surprise team, but he hasn't won in quite some time, so I think he's got to be a surprise team. Jets, James. Now, the Jets are a very good team. They've made playoff runs, but that roster is still young. And James stepped in here day one and is rolling with this team. Little Koch and his Browns sitting here at 3-1. That's going to be a really good team to keep your eye on. Tim, your team, I expected them to be good. You've built a very good team. 3-0, though, moving into our game was a bit of a surprise, not something I expected to see. I think those are all really, really good teams, and it would be fun to see where are they as we get into the back half of this season. We've all seen the hot teams run out to quick starts and then fade towards the back. And we've seen the other way, teams off to slow starts but get really hot as we move into the regular part of the back end of the season and get ready for the postseason. Randy says, what's catching your eye from the rookie class so far through 2.5 weeks? Oh, man, I wish we could look through that. I don't have Neon Sport. Let me pull it up on my phone. Let's see what we got with the rookie class. It's going to take just a quick second. I do love that about Neon Sports. We go stats. We go leaders. Nope. Yep. Where's my filter? Why am I missing the filter here? Oh, filters right in front of me. Here we go. We're going to go rookies only. Nope. 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 Rookies only. Reset filter. Close. All right. Here's who we got rookie leaders so far this season. No. Rookie leaders so far this season. Anthony Coles, the Cleveland quarterback, their team is sitting at 4-0, I think. He's got 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions already. The Steelers quarterback sitting at 5-2. Peppers playing really good with him. The Browns quarterback's already got 1,234 yards. That guy's starting to run away with Rookie of the Year. I really liked Coles. I think Mills is the better long-term player, but I've got off to a pretty slow start with him. I think what makes Little Koch so good with these quarterbacks is he has a very good offensive line. He has built a very, very good offensive line. Looking at the running backs, we got a couple of guys right at 300, 400. The Vegas rushing leader so far is Watkins. It took a pause because I can't believe the Raiders of all teams have a rookie running back. He's already got 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. The guy that the Ravens picked up that I really wanted, 304 yards. He's averaging 4.28 yards a carry and 7 touchdowns already this season. I always feel like receivers are a bit inflated. You can see D. Allen for Chicago. He's already got 566 yards and 7 touchdowns. Moorhead with the Cleveland Browns has already got 384 and 4 touchdowns. Tampa Bay's guy, Francisco, already got 5 touchdowns on the season. And looking at some defensive rookie leaders. Let's see, sacks. We already got 6 sacks by rookie Whitworth for the Ravens. Snead for the Tampa Bay Bucks already has 4. The Saints have a guy named Summers that has 2, and then your interception leaders. Nothing really here. The Chargers have a guy named Chris King. He's a Sam linebacker. He's already got 2. Your tackle leaders, that's never super impressive for me. So I think that's where we are. A bunch of the biggest guy is going to be the guy from the Browns. What up, Coffee? Good to see you, my brother. What else we got? We got Priest. Priest had one on here that irked me, and we're going to talk about it here in a minute. He said, talk about some of the recent trades through this week. A few came out. Your thoughts on them. It's very, very hard for me to keep up with trades. Let's look if we can go to league transactions. Can we do trades? Here we go. It's hard. This doesn't really tell us trades. Chris Kaufman, that's going to be a big one. I wanted to ask about him, but I knew I couldn't afford him. Send in some second-round picks here. He's going to go over to the Titans. Josh Jacobs going over to the Titans. That's some big trades. It looks like it was Kaufman, Jacobs, and a second for a first and a second. That's a weird trade, but Priest makes weird trades sometimes. A couple pick swaps there with Elton Jenkins coming over to the Cardinals. I thought my Saints made an underrated trade here with Clyde Whitaker. I think it's going to pay off for both of us in this one, but I really like Clyde, and I really like what he offers our team. Tim said some good teams have dug themselves in an early hole. Which team do you think can turn it around? Let's go look real quick. We got to start wrapping this thing up here pretty soon. Dolphins, I think they're a good team. They're sitting at 0-4. The Bengals, a very good team, 0-4. If I had to pick one, it's going to be the Bengals. I think the Bengals, it's a big hole to dig out of. Their offense is putrid. I still think that Denver is going to get some things figured out. I always think Colin can turn things around. He's given up a lot of points on defense, probably forcing the ball to the rookie receiver a little bit too much. He may not even try. He may just be building up to make a run later in this cycle. I can't explain lost. I'm still waiting for him to put all the pieces together. Cincy Berg, this is a guy that was right there at the end, NFC Championship. He's sitting at 2-2. I think he could turn some things around. Nysanger, he could turn things around with the Vikings. Pepper could turn things around. It's hard to say a 2-2 team is in a big hole. I think those are going to be all the teams as we're still pretty early in this season. Ask that one again later. Colin says, how important do you think hitting a young player's season goal is to their development? Crazy important. And you're going to see astronomical opportunities to grow a player if they hit their season goal. I just hate that some of you spam your players to get there. Dwayne says, looking at this cycle so far, do you think the choice between coaching archetypes, words, made a difference? Offense, defense, and team builder. No, I still think team builder was probably the best one, though. And I think that's what most people went with. And I think for guys that sim seasons and test stuff like that, I think that's definitely one of them. Oh, so Priest removed the question that irked me. Mainly because we made changes. I'll come back to you, Priest. Joker says, do you think the defense is going to get any better, or do we continue to just put up crazy numbers every game? And one with a great defensive playbook, laugh out loud, Bills need defense. But Joker, you've always needed defense. You've always built really great offensive teams. I just think it's your style that you play. You take a lot of chances, and it gives up a lot of points. I do think that it's starting to change. You can see that Tim and I had a defensive battle. Now, I don't know if you would super call that a defensive battle. It was 27-22, but when you compare it to 42-40 and 35-31 and 47-33 and 51-38, it was a defensive battle. I think some teams are just going to play slightly better defense. I think it's play calling mixture with the team that you've built up. Penguins, when he was here, is always a great defensive player. I do think it will turn around. I don't know that we'll see a 7-10 game, a 7-13 game. I think it's all pro. All pro is going to be big play, offensive heavy, and be what it is. And that's what we signed up for. So it is what it is. The one that Priest removed, it was how it was framed. He was basically asking about why something allowed this year that wasn't. Originally, we allowed all abilities because we were told that none of them were 100%. As we went through the descriptions and asked our friend who works on the team on the franchise side about the abilities, he could not answer because they were gameplay, and that was a different department. So what we did is we went through and we decided to remove all the ones that are 100%, which are, where's the list? Let me bring up the list. Here we go. The list is Omaha, Yakima, Avalanche, Gambit, and Playmaker. So those are the ones that we decided to remove. We feel like those were the most guaranteed ones. It was proven that Deadeye is not 100%, and none of the other ones already were 100%. These we feel either show you the play or promise a XYZ if you do ABC. And we just felt like anything that's guaranteed, anything that's 100%, or anything that shows you the play is not fair, is not FPR, skews the advantages to the team that has that. So we tried to remove those. It was the framing. It was the approach. Some of you guys just need to grow a little bit in how you say things and type things. And yeah, I think that's a whole conversation for the next Press Pass Live, because I don't have time to get into it today, but I've spent a large majority of my day today having conversations around how we approach each other, how we talk to each other, and how we communicate. And Priest, you 100% missed it on that. And I think we can be better. We should be better. And I hope that we can be better in the future. And it was like, you know, there's the framing. It was something around like, why'd you allow this last year or take this away last year, but you're allowing it this year? So like very accusatory, very like you're doing something shady, just very weird. And the way you approach things, especially with me, will determine the outcome that you are seeking. And your approach matters in all of your experiences and relationships. So I encourage you to get a better approach. And the way you approach me is not a good approach. So hopefully we can change that in the future. All right, I need to get out of here, unfortunately. I wish I had more time. We will be back this Sunday for Press Pass Live. Maybe tonight, I'm not sure, but maybe tonight if I get to stream, I can stay up late and do another sort of touch base. But I think I'm going to save some of my comments for the later Press Pass Live and kind of talk about those a little bit. I still need to like do some other stuff. So it's a lot on my plate. I'm picking at it little by little, and we're going to get done. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Friday. Tim, thank you for a good game, buddy. I'll cut this out a little bit later, and we will definitely upload it just as Press Pass Live and get it out there to everybody. I love you. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you later, okay? Peace.
Smash that like and subscribe.